Okay, just getting things going. And we are good. Yeah, as you can see by the logo above me, we're going to be playing the operator today. Oh, looks like the operator 2 is in development right now also, so that's cool. Now, I've not played this at all or seen, I haven't even seen the trailer, I think. So I don't know. This was recommended by Monmouth. So we'll see what this is about. Now I have to say, as of this morning when I woke up, and so this held true for the earlier stream today, I woke up with a really dried out right eye. I added drops and stuff to it, but I still have all day been having some trouble focusing with my right eye. So I don't want to push on it too much because I don't want to actually damage it permanently or something. But right now I can read some stuff, but it's a little harder to read than it normally would be. So I might, when I'm reading stuff tonight, I might do some slowing down in some places, depending. Went live a couple minutes earlier than normal, so give it another couple minutes just to make sure, given sufficient time for people to show up if they're going to. Yep, only 2 weeks and 6 days until the Halloween stream, so we're getting close. Hey, Fo Fox, welcome. Yeah, we're getting close. 2 weeks and 6 days till the Halloween stream, so. As I said, I believe it should be tomorrow. I will have the announcement video for that up. So once that's up, I'll post that. Obviously on the channels, if you're following, get notifications and so on. You'll get notified, but also I will post that in the Discord channel or on the Discord server, so you can see it there. Last time I had listed a bunch of different games with links to them, but I'd listed them as like a bulk list. I think this time I'm gonna semi-spam Discord. I'm gonna do each link individually and hit enter so that you'll get a preview for all of them. So then you can just watch the preview from the Discord server if you want. But yeah, I think it's enough time. Fofox is on, and other people will probably come in a little bit if they're going to come. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I know nothing about this except we've just recently been hired to work at the FDI, so the Federal Department of Investigation or something, whatever it actually stands for. And we are at our computer trying to assist field agents in their investigations into weird or unexplained mysteries or something along those lines. I don't know exactly, but something like that. So here we go. Depending on how this goes, if you can potentially get your team killed or something, then we might play this a few times in a row, depending. Just because, want to make sure. Or want to try, if we can, to actually finish the game. So, all right, there we go. So we have subtitles. Turn the music down. I don't want to get copyright hit. That sounds like that could be a problem. I don't know if I will, but I don't want to. I want to be careful on that. Voices and sound. Two voices. That's fine. Agent writing mode. Word by word, line by line. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Format, units, imperial. So it's going to be feet and yards and miles and that type of measure rather than metric. Okay. Let's apply. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like that's gonna potentially be copyrighted. So I don't know that it will, but just in case, we're gonna turn the music off. Keep all other sounds, of course, but the music we're gonna have off. Sorry if somebody really likes the soundtrack in this game, but I don't want to get completely demonetized or something because I didn't know how to mute the sound in the game. Bio-M facility somewhere in the U.S. 1992.
You will answer my questions as usual. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you understand? Do you believe in extraterrestrial life? restrained? Are you married? Do you work in law enforcement? Do you know who I am? Do you know who you are? Are you... Good. He's ready.
Okay. So we know nothing about what we're doing mostly, except we know that who we are. And he asks us a question about extraterrestrial life or whatever. That's about it. So. All right. FDI headquarters, Washington, D.C., 7:30 a.m. Moon something. Anyway, and then it's booting up. This is a secure and monitored federal government terminal. All unauthorized access and sharing of information within is strictly prohibited and subject to criminal prosecution. Oh, it doesn't matter what I type, it'll type it for me. So Evan.Tanner. Okay. I was like, I don't know information, so I don't know what to type. I was going to make up a name. Welcome to the FDI. You logged into your computer for the first time. Just got an achievement, apparently. Okay. And then Tanner, operator 08891, notifications. Welcome to the FDI. You are assigned to the operator program. Please read the following document before proceeding. Welcome. Your program supervisor will contact you with further instructions. Welcome to the FDI operator program. This is a secure and monitored federal government terminal. All unauthorized access is strictly prohibited and subject to criminal prosecution. Sharing of any information from the terminal with unauthorized personnel is forbidden and also subject to criminal prosecution. What is the operator program? The operator program has been specifically designed to provide technical support to field agents, henceforth abbreviated as agents, while also ensuring a high level of confidentiality. How does it work? 1. Agents call the hotline. 2. The call is dispatched to secretaries who verify the agent's identity, clearance level, and request. 3. The request is forwarded to the supervisor. 4. The supervisor dispatches the call to an available operator. That would be us, I guess. 5. A direct line is established between the agent to the operator. 6. Once the operator fulfills the agent's technical request, the line is closed. For additional information, please contact your supervisor. Our program will be extremely confidential.
Hey, pal. How you holding up? Get all that booze out of you? What? You seriously don't remember? You wanted to celebrate your new job, and I quote, properly. Well, I'm happy you're here. You and me at the FDI together. It's really great. But I gotta tell you something. When we're on the job, I can't treat you differently than anybody else. You understand, right? Good. Well, I'd better run. The FDI can't run itself now, can it? Good luck with your first day. All right?
So, yeah, so he had said, I'll get all the booze out of you. He said, guess that's why my head hurts. And then you understand, right? Of course, Mike, I mean Director Trench. Go, if I can't run soda, good luck your first day. Don't worry about me, Director Trench. Okay. Xavier Skinner.
Good morning, Mr. Tanner. Welcome to the FDI. I assume you're up to speed on your mission here at the operator program?
I read the welcome document, sir.
Good. So, just to recap, your job is to support our agents by providing them with all the help they need in the field to solve a case. That help can come in the form of fact-checking, video and audio analysis, even lab work. My job as a supervisor is to link the agents with an appropriately matched operator. Any questions?
I think I'm ready,
Fine,
sir.
but first you need to learn how to respond to an agent's request. Let's do a dry run, shall we? I want you to find my age. This objective just popped up at the top left of your screen, beside the applications menu. See it? Whenever you're stuck, or if you need help, simply click on the question mark next to the objective. Go on and click on the question mark, Tanner. Yes, just like that. You can always click on the question mark if you get stuck, though I'm hoping this won't happen often. I'm giving you access to the human database. The Human DB, as we call it here. You can find this and other tools to help you solve agent requests in the applications menu. Now go ahead, Operator Tanner. Solve my request. Find my age. When you find the answer, click on the objective and then select the answer on the screen.
On the objective and then select the answer. Okay. 5/19/1943. What is today's date? Oh, age 48. There we go. 48. Click on the objective and then select the answer on the screen. 48.
Right. Like that, Tanner. I'll let you get settled in. And I'll contact you later with your first real request.
Okay. FDI headquarters, Washington, D.C. That was 7:30 a.m. Now it's 9:18. Okay, so an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes later.
Tanner, looks like your first request is somewhat of a baptism by fire. I have an agent working a homicide. It's her first case, too. Not ideal, but consider this a learning experience. I'll be monitoring you in the background. I'm patching the agent through now.
Looking forward to the challenge, sir. Okay. Alexandra Pendle.
It's Operator Tanner, right? I don't think our paths ever crossed at the academy, did they? Anyway, I got a homicide at a bar downtown called The Sanctuary. Ironic, no? My Vic, dead on arrival. Is male, Caucasian, early 60s. He was shot in the head at close range around 2 a.m., just before closing time. As far as evidence, I got some surveillance footage from the bar. And, some kind of list that I found on the deceased. Any chance you can work your operator magic and help find me an ID on the shooter? Thanks, operator. Okay. I'm sending over the files. Good luck.
And the killer's name, okay. Okay. Cam 1. Okay.
This is our cutting-edge video analysis system, Tanner. Click on any relevant elements in the video to trigger an analysis. Go on, give it a whirl. Just like with the video, you can click on a photo for further analysis. Looks like our victim is Henry Jenkins. For some reason, we can't access his full profile. Unfortunately, for the moment anyway, there's not much else we can learn about him.
Okay. She wanted just the ID on the shooter, right? Okay. Oh. Oh, the killer's name. Oh, right. That's the killer. My bad. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Here.
The footage quality
Low
is
quality.
insufficient for a proper ID, operator. You'll need to find another way to ID the killer.
Okay. We're trying to find out who the killer is in this footage. So this is Alexandra Powell. She called us asking if we could find the ID on the shooter. So that's what we're working on. Cam 2. Okay, hang on. What else do we have? Name list?
That's the list I found on the victim. It's pretty long. And to be honest, I got no idea who any of those people are. The bizarre thing is, that name at the bottom, it wasn't redacted when I bagged it. But I think it's irrelevant to our shooting here.
Huh. Victim. I don't want to. Okay. Eli Bell, huh? Not what I want. Huh. Okay. I thought we had a human thing from applications we could use. Oh, here we go. Eli Bell.
I see that you're looking into the names of the people on the list. That's a waste of FDI time and resources, Tanner. Focus on the surveillance footage.
Okay. CPL 481. Ray Wells. Okay, is there a Ray Wells in here? Let me move this over here. Ray Wells. No. Okay, so none in there. Can look at that again later, but Ray Wells. Okay. This is already car database. So Ray Wells, right? Okay, let's look up. So I want the human database now, right? No, not that. I want that. I want. How do I compare? Very well. Car belongs to Ray Wells. Oh, I have to click this. My bad.
Nice. Now we know the perp's name. You got something for Wells' address? Because I'll take it if you do.
That's the distributor. Let me see. This. Place of birth. Last known address. Okay.
Yeah, that'll do. Nice work. Next up is to bring Wells in. I'll keep you updated. Thanks, Operator Tanner.
Good luck with your arrest.
Not bad, Tanner. Not great, but not bad either. I'll contact you later with your next request.
I'll do better next time, Supervisor. Same thing. Now, 5:30 p.m. 5:32 p.m. FDI Most Wanted. Please consult the latest FDI Most Wanted list. Mind if you discover any information during your shift that might help the FDI inform your supervisor at once. If you have any information, okay. Fred Smorkinski.
Tanner, I need you to follow up on an investigation started by a previous operator. I'll let the agent working the case bring you up to speed.
Oh, please. Tell me you got something. God damn it! Who are you? Great. Every goddamn time we get a new operator, it takes me twice as long. I got a life outside the FDI, you know? Interests, hobbies, full-blooded passions. I don't have time for this. I got a missing persons case out here in Dryfield, Nevada. Connie Moore's her name. I canvassed the area, talked to the locals. I can't believe I'm saying this, but everyone thinks she was abducted by aliens. Middle of nowhere, hot as hell, sandy. Calling it a small town would be an insult to small towns. Look, I think it's bonkers, too. Another weird thing is, over the past year, 4 people in Dryfield have claimed they've been abducted. And every single time they reappeared somewhere in the middle of the desert out here about a month later. Connie's story's the same.
Maybe she was, yeah.
She was. Popped back up yesterday. Collected her testimony myself. She had a camera on her. Naturally, I'd like to look at the photos. But to do that, I gotta go through you, an operator. Lucky me, right? There's something off about all this. I mean, beyond all the talk of little green men. Just look for something that doesn't add up, okay? Here are the files.
Find inconsistencies. Okay. So, testimony. Connie Moore testimony. Following her reappearance on 3/5/92, we recorded her eyewitness testimony concerning her supposed alien abduction. She was the victim. Barry Walker was the agent. Okay. Brittany Holt was the transcriber. Can you tell us more about the day you disappeared? I was hiking in the desert out by Dryfield. Sometimes I do that to clear my head, or to take photos. Photography is sort of a hobby of mine. And is that your camera? Agent Walker points to a camera on this table. Oh, sorry. And is that your camera? Yes, it is. What else do you remember about the day in the desert? Well, it's a little blurry, but I wanted to hike around Mount Maury. I remember that. It's really beautiful at this time of year. I remember taking 2 photographs. Then I heard this loud noise coming from the sky. I looked up and barely had time to take another photograph. It was just moving so fast. Their ship, the UFO. And then I think it landed to the east. So I decided to head over and see if I could see anything else. Maybe get a photo of them. It must have taken me an hour and 45 minutes to go where it landed. Then what? So she, I guess, walked or ran, whichever, to it. Well, hour 45 minutes, so probably walked. Okay. Or ran only part of the way. Anyway. Then what? I'm not really sure, to be honest. That's where my mind goes blank. The next thing I know, I'm walking up in some kind of room, and I can't move. Was there someone with you in this room? I don't like to think about it, but yes, they were there, all around me, the aliens. What did they look like? The room was so bright, like I was looking into the sun. I only saw their silhouettes. Can you describe them the best that you can? They were human, except they weren't. Something was off. They were too tall and too thin. It was disturbing, actually. I couldn't see their faces. I'm glad about that. What do you remember about the room? It was white. I mean, entirely white. Like antiseptic white. It smelled sort of like a hospital. There were no doors, no windows, nothing. Just whiteness? What did you think they wanted with you? I think they wanted to learn about me, to study me. I was so scared. I couldn't think straight. They kept asking me questions over and over again. What kind of questions? About my life, my family, my beliefs. I guess that's what they do. Study humans. What else do you remember? They had these strange voices, sort of mechanical. And there was a machine they were using on me. It was clamped to my head. I don't know what it was, but it hurt. Can you tell me anything else, Connie? Not really. Next thing I remember, I'm walking up in the desert outside Dryfield. My head was throbbing. Maybe because they're drugs or mind probes? I don't know. I just wandered around out there. Luckily, somebody found me, or I might have died from dehydration. Then, I guess, they called the cops and the cops called you. End of story. Okay. She said they surrounded her. There were no doors or windows. Everything was white and antiseptic. Okay. They were like human, but not. They were tall and thin. Too tall and too thin. And about an hour, 40 minutes from where the UFO apparently was. Okay. She has 2 photographs, she said. Two, 3. Wait, 2 photographs in total or 2 before that happened? Took 2 and then looked up and barely had time to take another. So 3 total, yeah. So there's this. Okay. Can I not analyze this? Okay. Okay. (10:13 a.m.) 9:43 a.m. Wait, okay. So the dates are wrong. The dates don't match up. Right? They're both in 92, but this is 2/5, February 5th. It's February 21st, so 16 days difference. Also, she said it took like an hour and 45 minutes? Let me see, where is that? No, that's too far. That's where she's already. An hour and 45 minutes to go where it landed. So there's an hour, like we're just a little shy of 2 hours, and yet, even if you don't account for the date being off, the time is way off, right? 9:43 a.m., 10:13 a.m. That's 30 minutes difference. Not an hour and 40 or an hour and 45 minutes difference. Okay. Phone tower pings and timestamps. Disappeared on 2/5/22. Day reappeared 3/5/22. So 2/21, if she only reappeared on 3/5, 2/21 is in the middle of that time. That's only 16 days difference from when she claims she got a couple of shots and then barely got a shot of it. There's 16 days difference. And then 21 to 05, that's going to be another, not quite, it's like 12 days difference. 92 would have been a leap year, so that's going to be, 28 days in February. So that's 12 days difference. Okay. No pings between the time of her disappearance on 2/5 and 3/5, even though apparently she took a picture on 2/16 or 2/21. So that's weird. Okay. 2/5 from 8:45 a.m. to 10:56 a.m. If we're saying an hour, wait, 10:56? 11:56, my bad, I said it wrong. I read it right, I said it wrong. 11:56. So, if we say even from here, 9:43, if it's an hour and 45 minutes, that's 40 minutes, let's say, 10:25, 11:25, but she was pinging a whole half an hour after, supposedly, the photo that shows the UFO. So unless she had a full half hour out there without being discovered, and what does her testimony say? It says, head over there, see if I can see anything else, maybe get a photo of them. Must take me an hour and 45 minutes to get where it landed. Okay. Dry field. So 8:45, 10:15, 11:56. I mean, she did head over this way, but the dates are really... Okay, so this... I can't... I don't know how I did, like, highlight this or something, select it for... Oh, maybe I have to do this first. No, not phone records. I want testimony is what I want. Okay. What? Photos taken on 2/21/92, 16 days after her disappearance.
Jackpot. Connie said she took that photo the day she disappeared. Clearly, she didn't. Maybe the aliens did funny things to her brain. Maybe her brain was funny to begin with. Do me a favor. Locate the position on the map where she supposedly snapped this photograph.
Okay, find the photo location. We want phone records. I mean, I don't know if I do this one or this one. Let's go to her testimony again and see what she says. Barely had time to take another photograph. It was swimming so fast the ship. So this is after she took the third photograph. So would have been over here where she already had been. So I think here.
All right. I'll check this spot out. Guess I gotta do a little hiking. Probably sweat my goddamn balls.
Excuse me? We just rebooted the machine. I'm sorry, what just happened? Hacked by how? Hello, Evan. Who the heck are you? My name is Hal. That was supposed to be pretty obvious by now. Didn't you see my cool graphics? What do you want? It's simple. I want the truth. What do you mean? Let me show you something. Do you remember the list found on Henry Jenkins? You didn't see her name, did you, Evan? Connie Moore. The abducted woman. Pretty big coincidence, don't you think? Don't you find it a little curious that her name happens to be on this list? I'm also going to assume that you didn't notice that of the 136 people on it, 122 have been reported missing. One last thing, and this is the most important part. There's a name near the bottom that's been redacted. That name is the key to understanding everything. I have to go now, Evan, but I'll be in touch soon. Promise. We'll catch you, Hal? Oh, I was thinking as in catch you later, not... I think we just threatened him. Well, damn. Okay.
Operator Tanner, are you there? Agent Walker told me that your connection was suddenly cut. And when I tried to contact you, you were offline. What happened? Hal? I thought we had taken care of that problem. I will look into this matter immediately with our cybersecurity department. The second shift of operators has arrived. You can go home now, Tanner. See you tomorrow. And don't be late.
Complete your first day at the FDI. First day. Achievement. Steam achievement, so. It's all blurry for me, too, just in case you're wondering. Not showing us really what his day-to-day life is, I guess. I don't know why it's such a lengthy sequence of blurriness, but I guess whatever. It's a little... Okay. Because I can't tell what's going on, so I'm more or less just sitting here at a black screen. It's almost the equivalent. He's lit up something, maybe a cigarette? There's also what sounded like maybe a microwave. Evan's apartment, 6 a.m. Bathroom washing up, I guess, probably. Maybe brushing teeth, stuff like that. Some pills of some kind. Interesting. Anti-anxiety or something, maybe? FDI headquarters, Washington, D.C. 7:22 a.m.
Hey, pal. So, tell me, how'd day number 1 at the FDI go? Everything you had hoped for? All right. That's what I like to hear. Ah, sorry, buddy. my phone's ringing off the hook here. I gotta run. But hey, great job. And just keep plugging away, okay? I'm proud of you, Evan.
Operator Tanner, Agent Pendle has an update on yesterday's case. I'll patch her through in a moment. But before I do, I wanted to let you know that from this point on, you'll talk to the agents directly. Time to cut the umbilical cord. However, as your supervisor, I'll still be in the background monitoring your activity. Oh, I almost forgot. Our cybersecurity department is looking into this unfortunate matter with Hal. You can be assured that it won't happen again.
Good morning, Operator Tanner. So you remember Ray Wells, right? So I checked out the address you gave me, but no sign of Wells. Then I get a call from Vice, and guess what? Wells was found dead in a downtown parking garage early this morning. Shot. Point blank range. Now I'm working 2 homicides, and it's my first week. Welcome to the FDI, Alexandra. Anyway, the garage has cameras, and I got some footage of Wells. That's the good news. The bad news? I don't have all the footage. Sort of weird, but part of it is missing. Well, the most important part. The part where Wells is shot. Anyway, think you could take a look? I'm looking for anything that's different between the first and second half of the surveillance footage. Apart from Wells ending up dead and the blood splatter on the pillar. Sorry for the vivid details.
Okay. Let's see. That's the same. There's an extra light. Light is on at the beginning of the video, but it's off at the end. Okay.
Look at that. Give me a sec, operator. I'm gonna check this out. Well. I just found a bullet lodged in the light's framework. I'm sending you a photo. Can you run an analysis and tell me what kind of bullet I'm looking at?
.45 ACP.
.45 caliber? I believe that's what the military and police use. Well, that's something anyway. Thanks for your help, operator. Appreciate it. If only we had all of the footage. Anyway, I should get back to the scene. Keep digging and see if you can find anything else about our perp.
More info about the killer. Okay. Oh gosh. Again. Look, I have a deal to offer you. One that I think you'll find interesting. What do you mean? You see, we share a common goal. You, me, and the FDI. You just don't know it yet. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll help you with the Wells case, but you have to help me later when I ask for it. You have ourselves a deal? Can't do anything illegal. You won't be. I mean, apart from working with me. The world's most wanted hacker. How could you help me? I have access to the surveillance footage from the garage. I mean, all of the footage. Why would I help a criminal? Because, as I already said, we share a goal. And because, without my help, you and Agent Pendle will never solve this case. Wells' killer will still be on the loose. And, sadly, you'll never climb the ranks of the FDI. I guess I don't have a choice. I have to let him help me because it keeps coming back to this. Okay. Pendle could use my help, so... Yes, she could. And you could be her knight in shining armor, Evan. I mean, it's not like I was going to go out on a date with her. What are you talking about? Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put this big, juicy missing part back in so you can watch it and solve this crime. I'll help you if you help me. I mean, she's cute, but I don't know her. Why do I want to be her knight in shining armor? Anyway, I'm just saying. What if someone asks about this? Won't this look suspicious? If somebody asks how you got the missing footage, just say the analysis software restored it. It's supposed to be quote-unquote cutting edge anyway, right? So, do we have ourselves a deal? We might just lose the game here. I don't know. I won't do it, Hal. Say, we have a deal, Hal. Fine, whatever. I need you to say it, Evan. Say, we have a deal, Hal. Yeah, I don't have a choice. So it wasn't even an option. I was thinking if I say no, he's like, okay, fine. Good luck solving yourself. I don't have a choice, apparently. So, we have a deal, Hal. Good. Now give me a few seconds to run my script. Done. Okay. Alright. Missing footage has been magically restored. I hope you have your popcorn ready. I'll be back a little later to collect my debt, Evan. Until then. Okay, great. Okay. Parking. This is with missing footage now, I guess. It's when he's shot that the light gets shot out as well.
I see that you ran the facial recognition software, and 0 matches turned up, operator. That's unusual. In fact, it shouldn't even be possible. Our FDI databases are exhaustive. I'll flag this issue for later. But go ahead and share the image with Agent Pendle.
How do I share it? Do I drag it? I don't know how I share it. Oh, maybe I just do this. Okay, I see.
Wait, I don't understand. How did you get this?
Our software recovered the missing part. Magician never reveals his secrets. um, hmm.
Well, this is huge. Thanks, Tanner. I'll canvass the area immediately. Maybe someone has seen our Prince Charming. I'll talk to you later. And thanks again.
FDI headquarters, Washington, D.C. 1:45. Okay, so we're now like 5 hours, 6 hours later. Now, about the dead Evan. Good, Hal, I'm listening. Good. Now, I'm going to connect you to another FDI agent. Her name is Catherine Andrews. Just listen to what she has to say. Open your terminal and type the following command. Call 187.222.19.98. No secure. Where's my terminal thing on this? Where is... I see. Terminal here. Nope. Okay, I have to actually type it. Okay. It's not like signing in. Okay. 187.52.19.98. Oh, call. I have to say call, my bad. Initializing call context, resolve router to target IP.
Hello, Operator Tanner. Hal told me that you'd be calling. Okay, I'll try to keep this short. About a month ago, I started working on a missing persons case. A woman reported that her husband had been gone for over 48 hours. Almost right away, the case felt different. Red tape all over the place. An unusual lack of cooperation from my superiors and colleagues. Unanswered calls. Suddenly, the FDI felt like the most incompetent department in the country. After an almost endless game of phone tag, I finally managed to get an appointment with a superior. The plan was to sit down and talk about the case first thing Monday morning. That Sunday night, I'm awoken by a phone call. The woman's apartment has burned to the ground. And the woman, what's left of her anyway, has been found dead in the ashes.
Her husband had been gone almost right away. It felt different. Red tape. Suddenly, okay, and then almost on the queue. Phone tag. Finally managed to get an appointment with the superior. And then that Sunday night, she's burned to death.
Well, it gets worse. So I started looking into the fire, of course. I couldn't help myself. Plus, I felt like I owed it to Mia. That was the woman's name. Mia Cole. Anyway, it wasn't long before my superiors found out and pressured me to stop. They told me the fire had been ruled accidental, the result of faulty wiring in our oven. They told me I was wasting my time and precious FDI resources by looking into it, and said if I continued, I'd end up pushing papers in a basement somewhere. But that fire, Operator Tanner, that fire was no accident. I can feel it. Mia was murdered. I just have to prove it. That's why I'm hoping you can help me. I'm sorry, but I can't really go into that. Not now, anyway. You just have to trust me. Go ahead and search them in the Human DB. The husband's name is Sasha. Sasha and Mia Cole. Please.
Unnecessary clearance to view this profile. Okay. Same, I'm assuming.
Just another coincidence, right? Look, I don't know why, but someone doesn't want us looking into Sasha and Mia Cole. But we have to, Operator Tanner. It's our job. Who's going to do it if we don't? Can you help me find proof Mia's fire wasn't an accident?
Fire's not an accident.
You'll take a look then? Oh, thank you. As far as how to access the case files, that's not really my area of expertise. But you can ask Hal.
Funny, I was just working on this very thing. Yeah, super coincidental, I'm sure. Looks like I can't give you direct access to the files, but I found a bug in the chat. Should be able to inject a query that'll get you in. Just type this. Not in this chat, Evan. How did you get this job? I was just repeating, making sure I had it right. What? Okay, anyway. Okay, so it's got to match exactly, I think, right? So I need quote / so not, this doesn't have a quote to start, so that's wrong. Question mark or / question mark equals DWNLD_FL. Select. Okay. Asterisk from cases where ID equals 9XQ. This is 9XO. So 9XQ L. Okay, in mode immediate.
Despite being well, a thorn in the side, you have to admit Hal gets results.
Okay. Open a chemical sample. Automatically given you access to the CSLCA data report application. You can find it with the other applications in the top left menu. Okay. Please review the user manual relative to the chemical sample analysis process before proceeding. You can find these documents on your personal drive. Provides guidance on proper use and operation. Does not replace proper training in handling chemicals. Manufacturer and authors of the manual cannot be held liable for injuries. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Legal, blah, blah, blah. Don't get us in trouble. Don't blame us if you get in legal trouble stuff. Okay. Welcome to the user manual for ChemScan LCA Chemical Analyzer. This manual is designed to provide you with the information you need to safely and effectively use the instrument to perform chemical analyses. Please read this manual carefully before using the ChemScan LCA and follow all instructions to ensure the safe and proper operation of the instrument. If you have any questions or concerns about the use of the ChemScan LCA, please contact us. Fart as hard as you can. Right. How to use. Number 1, open the sample in the dedicated ChemScan LCA software. 2, input the appropriate settings for your sample using formulas found thereafter. Not sure. I guess we'll see what that is at some point when we finish. Start the analysis process. Note this may take some time. Once the analysis is complete, open the CSLCA data report application. Input the results from the ChemScan LCA analysis and initiate the calculation. Data report will then be chemical composition of the sample. Sample characteristics may affect the setting required for a proper analysis. Appropriate ion size varies depending on the sample type and state. For a liquid sample, for a solid sample, for a gaseous sample. So I guess solid because it's ash. Delta of 5 can be calculated using the following formula. For an organic sample or inorganic sample. I don't know, it's just an ash. I don't know if that's... I guess that'd be organic. Because inorganic, like metal and stuff, melts, doesn't actually burn. Or doesn't actually leave ash behind, I guess. Threshold. The threshold value will depend on the data 5 and the sample type. For liquid, solid, gaseous. Sample matrix size. Default value of the matrix size 5. Using an older version of the you must set the matrix size to 4. How to read the results. The ChemScan LCA will give as a result of the analysis frequency response curve, initial sample characteristics such as pH, radioactivity, etc. The values are going to be used by the CSLCA data report. Open that software and input the CCVT, pH, and frequencies in order to calculate the exact composition of the sample. Response frequencies must be entered from the highest to lowest intensity spike. There must be between 1 and 5 spikes that are higher than the threshold represented by the red area. You can use the mouse pointer to calculate the frequency. Okay. So open the sample in that software. I can't go over any farther. Fine. Input the appropriate setting for your sample using formulas found thereafter. Sample, it's non-organic. Solid. Okay. Okay. Ion size for a solid sample around 6.0. If it's organic, it must be set to 3.5 to avoid damaging. So, but it's non-organic, so 6.0. Okay. So solid, it's solid. non-organic, solid, and for organic is lower, so this is 6. That's right. Okay. Delta 5, it's non-organic, so it's sample weight in grams times 100. In grams, 4.2 times 100, I see. So 4,200. No. 100 times 4.2. 420. My bad. 420. Right? 4 times 100 is 400. 0.2 times 100 is 20. Yeah. 420. Okay. Threshold for solid samples, half the delta V. So 210. Okay, and then matrix size, using an older version of it, 1.03 or lower. This is 1.04, so we want it to be set to 5. One 1.04, it's could be 4 if it's 1.03, but we're at 1.04. Okay, I think that's right. Let me just double check. So it's not organic, so we'll use the typical size 6.0. 100 times the sample weight in grams, 4.2 grams, times 100. Again, 4 times 100 is 400. 0.2 times 100 is 20. So 420. Threshold for solid should be half of that, so 210. And then because we have 1.04, not an earlier version, it should be 5. Results. Entered from highest to lowest. Must be between 1 and 5 spikes that are higher than the threshold. There are only 4, though not 5. It says between 1 and 5. I see. So 4, yeah. Okay. Okay. Data report software and input the CCVT. CCVT is 901. pH 6.5. 901, 6.5. And frequencies. And we enter them from highest to lowest intensity. Okay. So with this, we want this one. 9.2. And 2. 9.29. Yeah. But if I go to the right, it drops down to 9.32. Yeah. Oh, so smaller is higher, I guess? Is that right? Because these are all like, no, 6.7 point. Yeah, I see. So I want just the exact middle here. 9.24. Too far over. Far over. Yeah. So there. 9.24. 9.24. And we go highest to lowest. Okay. So then this one. .47, 45. I think 2.45. 47 is to the side a little bit. So yeah, I think it's pretty sure it's 245. Okay. That's 9.24. Okay. Then we want this one. .153. 153. Just double checking my work. Yep, looks good. Okay, and then this one finally is 10.60. Yeah. Yeah, that's the peak is 10.60. Highest, next highest, next highest, lowest. Okay. Calculate. Cellulose, wood, gasoline, other non-identifiable residues. Fire not an accident.
I knew it. Faulty wiring my... You know what. This was no accident. Someone started this fire and killed Mia. But why? Maybe I'll end up at a desk in a dark basement somewhere, but I'm going to keep digging into this. It matters to me. I grew to know her. Mia, I mean. With our line of work, you try not to get emotionally involved. That's what they teach you at the academy, anyway. Almost from the start. And usually, I can turn the switch off. I learned to do that. Feel nothing. But
Sorry, what's happening now?
I just never could. She wanted to be a singer, she told me. That was her dream. And I'm not exactly
I see. We're imagining Mia and her singing voice and stuff. 3 months pregnant, damn.
Someone killed them, Operator Tanner. Someone killed Mia and her baby. Are you still there? Oh, anyway, thanks, Operator. Because of you, I finally have proof. Knowing Hal, well, as much as someone can know Hal, I have a feeling this won't be the last time you and me work together.
So, you found evidence proving the fire wasn't an accident. Well done, Evan. Maybe there's hope for you yet. The way the FDI has handled the Cole case, it's strange, don't you think? It does seem suspicious, yes. Yeah, it does. I just don't know what they're hiding. Or why. Look, I know you probably still don't trust me. I'm on the FDI's most wanted list. I hacked into your computer. I get it. But tell me something. Why would I bother going to the trouble of working with a low-level FDI employee? Sorry, if I didn't have a good reason. To earn a few extra bucks? As enjoyable as it may be, no, Evan. That's not why I'm doing this. Maybe you're thinking about turning me in to get that reward. But it's too late. You're in too deep. Director Trench is calling me. Be careful.
Operator Tanner, can I have a word? I see that you've been looking into the database entries for Mia and Sasha Cole. You want to tell me why? I see. In the future, I want you to avoid anything related to Sasha and Mia Cole. It's a closed case. A total waste of your time. And if by chance something else pops up concerning the Coles, and this is very important, you come to me right away. Understood? I'll talk to you later.
Good choice. I know that was probably difficult lying to your friend, but you did the right thing, Evan. As a reward, I'll tell you something about myself. Something that only 2 other people know. The reason I have so much access to the FDI. I used to work there. You were in the FDI? I can't tell you more for the moment, but yes, I was. As improbable as that seems. What do I do now, Hal? For now, nothing. I'll be in touch later, Evan. FDI headquarters, Washington, D.C., 4:55 p.m.
So who the hell am I talking to this time? Good. You haven't been fired. I was afraid I'd have to explain this goddamn case all over again.
Every
I
single
went back
time.
to where Connie said she took the photo in the desert. You remember, right? Where she said this, flying saucer supposedly landed. I didn't find a flying saucer or any aliens breathing their last wheezy breaths or anything like that. But I did find something else. You could say that. You could definitely say that. I found stones. A bunch of stones lying there on the surface of the sand. I'm no geologist, but they look funny to me. Like they'd been moved. Put there for a reason, you know? So, I call it in. Because I'm sure as hell not gonna dig myself, Tanner. Not in this suit. A team
Yeah.
arrives an hour later, and they start digging. Sure enough, under one of the stones, they find a body. Advanced state of decomp. They dig under another stone. And lo and behold, this time they find an entire skeleton. Turns out, we're standing on some sort of desert graveyard. Hard to say, but I counted more than 100 stones. If they're
Jeez.
all grave markers, well, I'll let you do the math. Yeah, messed up, right? And judging by the size of the skeleton, it belonged to someone young, Tanner. Real young. Look, I won't beat around the bush. The medical examiner has finished a preliminary report on the skeleton, and they found what they believe is a photo of the victim in the sand, buried there by the bones. Never seen that before. Any chance you can take a look at all this and get me an ID, Tanner? Let me send you the files.
Found what they believe is a photo of the victim in the sand, buried there by the bones.
Well, it's taken a while. Hard to access the satellite out here in Roswell. Dry field. Okay. Looks like it went through. About goddamn time.
Identify the body. Okay. Autopsy report.
The skeleton appears to be female, estimated at 9 years of age. Starting the examination now.
Jeez,
Initial
9 years old.
observations show well-preserved and intact bones. No visible signs of trauma or damage. The subject is missing her left incisor. The rest of the dentition looks good. No decay or disease is present. Moving on. Here's something interesting. One of the metacarpal bones on her left hand, the metacarpal 3, has a slight curvature. You don't see that a lot. So, to summarize, the subject appears to have been a female, approximately 9 years of age, with a missing left incisor tooth and a slight curvature in the metacarpal 3 in her left hand. Based on the level of decomposition, the body appears to have been buried for approximately 6 to 8 months. Further testing and analysis is needed to determine the cause of death.
Huh. Okay. Photo front. Henry Jenkins? Wait. Don't have the necessary clearance level also? Great. Okay. Photo back. Welcome to the facility, Gatsby. You're in good hands now. Sincerely, Dr. Jenkins. Okay. No, I already did that. I know. It's identifying the body, though, right? Yeah, an ID on the body. Okay. Oh, let's see. We have clearance level. I guess I type in his name. Maybe I could find a connection to somebody he knew. Henry Jenkins. Now it's from the human database, so I already pulled it up. Dead. 65. BM Technologies, Class S, clearance level 4. I don't really see something here where I can look up a company or something. BM Technologies. Let's see. Let's see. Henry Jenkins, is that on the most wanted, maybe? No. Okay. Research and developer for BM Technologies.
The skeleton appears to be female, estimated at 9 years of age. Starting the examination now. Initial observations show well-preserved and intact bones. No visible signs of trauma or damage.
Why is there a hole for her face? Can't analyze that, of course. Anything on her we can analyze? Whoops. No, it's not what I'm doing. It's fine, but that's not what I was trying to do. Okay, close photo back. Let's see, photo, file explorer. Photo back. Gabby. Doesn't really identify it. It gives me some. What I need to do is get something where I can look up BM Technologies, R&D department maybe, and Gabby, because on this it says, "Welcome to the facility." So presumably, this woman worked there. And then if Gabby is 9 years old, or not Gabby, if the victim is 9-year-old, could be a daughter of Gabby. But I don't know how I'm gonna find. Can't do anything really with the badge. Gives me some detail, but I can't actually analyze anything on there. Well, that doesn't show up, but Dr. Jenkins. Oh, I see. That's human deep. That's what that is.
The subject is missing her left incisor. The rest of the dentition looks good. No decay or disease is present. Moving on. Here's something interesting. One of the metacarpal bones on her left hand, the metacarpal 3, has a slight curvature. You don't see that a lot.
Curvature on metacarpal 3. So, near the knuckle. But I don't know what could cause the curvature, so I'm not sure. Okay.
So, to summarize, the subject appears to have been a female, approximately 9 years of age. With a missing left incisor tooth and a slight curvature in the metacarpal 3 in her left hand. Based on the level of decomposition, the body appears to have been buried for approximately 6 to 8 months. Further testing and analysis is needed to
I wonder, can I just put... I probably can't, but I wonder if I could just put in Gabby. There's nothing else. It just says Gabby, though, right? It doesn't say... And I tried clicking down here in case she has a badge that we just can't see or something, and that doesn't work. So... Is Gabby on the list? Gabby Mills right there. Okay, so Gabby is not a woman, I guess? Missing. It says married. But I don't see any further, like we don't get any children that he might have had or anything like that. Campbell, Ben Dixon, Layla Price, Lola Burke, Marley Spencer, Corey Hill, Connie Moore, Lila Parrish. Um, 5 Val. We'll just do the names that show up there and see. Married. Okay. These. Single. Okay. Toby Hood. Although I don't know if it's going to help me because if I don't, I'm not sure if they're going to show, like, if they have kids at all. Say they're married, but they don't really show if there are children or anything. So that's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna help me find the girl, the little girl. I mean, if none of them are gonna show. What else we have? Criminal. Parking garage. No. Desert. Phone records. Those are just pinging and stuff, yeah. Testimony camera. Right, that's that one, okay. Desert graveyard. Oh, right, yeah. I see. Camera, okay, I see. Handle these. Huh. I'm not sure why I can't analyze anything on the badge, but Gabby doesn't really identify it though. Can't see it there. Says it's a 9-year-old, but otherwise. No, I don't want that. Already did that. Oh, keep getting the edge of the hitbox. I don't want that. No, it doesn't look like there's another place to scan. From what I can see, I can only see that I can scan the badge and the face. Which, I mean, those are information, but since I can't get anything on him further. I mean, maybe that is tied to the list somehow, although I don't see how that would be relevant, but maybe. Let's do this again. Okay. We just look through the names, not necessarily circled. Gabby, looking for another possible Gabby. Oh, there's Gabby Bruce here. So it might be Gabby Bruce. Let's try that. Female 9. There we go. Known aliases, single, metacarpal bone, M3 abnormal growth. There we go.
How did you find this, Tanner? Just when you think this case can't get any weirder, that's exactly what it does. But I need concrete proof it's her. Got anything else in your bag of tricks?
Show evidence. Okay. Let me see. So, female, about 9 years of age, missing left incisor tooth, slight curvature. So, we got the metacarpal bone here. Don't see the missing tooth at all. But we do see 9 years old, so I guess we can do that. Okay. This. There we go.
I'll be damned. 9 years old, Tanner. Breaks your goddamn heart. What the hell is going on out here? And what's a connection to Connie? Okay, the examiner has just finished processing the second body I was telling you about. The one in the advanced state of decay. Let's see here. Adult male, early 60s. Ah, they got an ID on him. Quentin Spence. Want to see if that name is on your magical list too?
Spence, huh? Oh, on the list. I'm dumb. Yeah. My bad. Let's see. It may or may not be. Yep, right there. There we go. When he said list, I was thinking list of like the database, not the other. So yeah.
So there's definitely a link. I see some of the names have been crossed out. Can you figure out what that business means?
What does crossed out mean? Ugh. My guess is crossed out means dead. Maybe, but I don't know. Let me see. Let me look up some of these names, I guess. Caden, Thomas. Missing. Okay. Oh, whoops. Fine. Okay. Dane Lowe. Missing. Okay. Reggie John. Missing. Yeah, so not dead, they're all missing. Leslie Lowe. Missing. Yep. I'm guessing that's every single one of them. Yeah. Jeez.
Looks to be about 100 names like that. That number matches the stones. God damn. And if I was a gambling man, I'd say the circled persons are still alive. Like our Connie. There's something else about Spence, Tanner. They found him buried in a lab coat with some, you're never gonna guess. Floppy disk sewn into one of the pockets. Remember what I said about this case getting weirder and weirder? Now the second disk password protected. Open that second floppy disk and give me an address tied to Spence. Something I can look into. I'm getting a little restless with you doing all the work. The operator program. Oh, I'm sending everything your way.
Second floppy disk, okay.
There you go.
Autopsy report of a male, approximately late 50s, early 60s. Initial observations show no sign of trauma or blunt force injury, similar to the first remains found. The decedent appears to be wearing some kind of lab coat. Starting the external examination now. Excellent dentition. The decedent is wearing some kind of badge. Let me put this to the side. Abdomen seems healthy, with no signs of trauma or injuries. The lab coat seems to contain a hidden pocket. There's something inside. It's sewn shut. I'll open this with my scalpel. There. There appear to be 2 floppy disks inside the pocket. Strange. In my estimate, the body has been buried for approximately 2 to 3 months, based on the level of decomposition. At this point, the cause of death is uncertain. Further testing and analysis is needed, including toxicology reports, before I can provide a conclusive determination.
Also, BM Technologies, head of operations. Interesting. RND1, Dr. Spence. That's just the picture, though. Let's see what's on here. Upon my arrival at the BioM facility, I was warmly greeted by Dr. Jenkins himself. How fortunate I am to work with such a passionate and talented scientist, even if in a subsidiary role. During our meeting, Dr. Jenkins explained that I would be heading up a trial involving FMP1138, a key component of his research project. Although he did not disclose much, I have the impression the project is shrouded in secrecy. It appears to be of great importance. The trials, which are scheduled to commence in a few days, once I am well versed in the subjects and the procedures are in place. Dr. Isles, the facility director, informs me our work has the potential to significantly enhance the well-being of the patients who have been selected specifically for our research. The entire facility itself has been constructed for this purpose alone, although I am unaware of the project's source of funding. There appears to be no shortage of resources. I am truly optimistic our research will make a profound difference and push the boundaries of scientific knowledge. FMP1138. The AMPA receptor is a crucial component of excitatory synaptic transmission. So I guess synaptic transmission that has been excited, like activated or something along those lines, and plasticity in the brain. As a glutamate-gated ion channel, it mediates fast synaptic transmission and contributes to synaptic plasticity by modulating the strength of the synaptic connection between neurons. Okay, so basically it speeds up the speed at which your synapses can basically, it makes your mind work faster. And it allows greater plasticity, so the ability to kind of stretch or bend. Dysfunction of AMPA receptors has been implicated in various neurological and psychiatric disorders, including Alzheimer's disease, depression, and schizophrenia. So, let's see. There's a promising class of compounds, treatment of these disorders. Enhance receptor potential has been demonstrated to enhance receptor-mediated synaptic transmission and improve synaptic plasticity in vitro and in vivo. In the study, we sought to explore the potential therapeutic effects of FMP1138 on neuronal connectivity. Specifically, we aim to investigate whether FMP1138 could enhance synaptic connectivity, promote the formation of new synapses in vitro and in vivo. To accomplish this, we used a combination of electrophysiological, imaging, and behavioral assays to assess the effects of FMP1138 on neuronal function and connectivity. Our results demonstrate that this FMP1138 enhances the connectivity, promotes formation of new synapses in vitro and in vivo. Specifically, we observed that FMP1138 increased the frequency and amplitude of excitatory postsynaptic currents, ESPSCs, in cultured neurons, indicating an enhancement of synaptic transmission. Furthermore, we found that FMP1138 promoted the formation of new synapses in cultured neurons, as evidenced by an increase in the number of dendritic spines, the sites of synaptic contacts of neurons. So let's just skip all this extra stuff. Okay, so taken together, our findings suggest that this compound represents a promising therapeutic agent for the treatment of neurological and psychiatric disorders characterized by impaired neuronal connectivity and plasticity. Further preclinical and clinical studies are warranted to evaluate the safety and efficiency of that in humans. So, and they were saying that this is potentially for people who have Alzheimer's, depression, schizophrenia. Okay. Results demonstrate that FMP1138 significantly increased the frequency and amplitude of the EPSCs, indicating enhancement of synaptic transmission. The findings suggest that this has the potential to improve neuronal connectivity and plasticity, which could have implications for the treatment of neurological and psychological disorders characterized by synaptic dysfunction. Okay. And then 2, the graph displays the result of a study investigating the effects of that on synaptic connectivity in vitro. The study aimed to explore whether the FMP1138 could enhance synaptic transmission and promote the formation of new synapses. The graph shows the mean frequencies and amplitude of excitatory postsynaptic currents, EPSCs, in cultured neurons under control conditions and after treatment with. Okay, so. I'll use Indian. This is before. It's like maybe spiking at 29. After, we're way up to like 87, maybe 88 or something here. Or actually, it could be 75, 80, 85, 90. Yeah. Yeah, so like 70, 87, 88, something like that. So it improved the neural activity. Yeah, that's floppy disk 1. Let's see. It could be. I don't think it is necessarily. But it could be this FMP1138. I just don't. Let me see if this has. Possibly Dr. Isles. FMP1138. Now that's it, though. Yeah, no. Okay. Chaska. Don't know how I'm gonna figure out what his password is. Could be several things. Chaska, probably no. No. Oh, wait, here we go. MP1138. RES2? So if we go so in reading stuff, if we want key, and then it says lock, so to unlock. Something along key to unlock, let's see. Study, explain transmission system, current under controls and treatment, results demonstrate increase to excite enhancement. It's not big finding. Suggest that Indian ENDIAN. Oh. Resolution 1, does that also have a... Something here for sure. See this, I don't see a... Note, unlike Dr. Isles in this result paper, I will use the Little Indian Standard. So these are right brackets, right? So right brackets. 1, 2, 3. S. Little Indian Standard. What is... No, what do I want? Where's this? Floppy disk 1. Dr. Spence. Huh. Little Indian Standard. So... let me look at the definition of Little Indian Standard again, because I'm not sure. Wait. Okay. Oh, that's where it was. It wasn't in resolution or whatever. One is resolution 2. So if I do, and it's, yeah, brackets right next to each other, right? Aha! Is that 105? Yeah, 105. 105 Indian. To unlock the files, use. Aha! How clever. Okay. Nice. 105 Indian. Confession. My confession. If you're reading this, I'm no longer living, and that I have been buried in the Dryfield Desert like the other subjects. I implore you, whoever you are, to share my story with anyone who can make things right. My name is Quentin Spence. I was head of operations at the BioM facility. I am writing this letter because I am about to resign from a job that one cannot simply resign from. As per protocol, I will most likely be sent to the desert burial site with all my belongings. I deserve this punishment. I'm sick. So sick of everything that we've done supposedly in the name of science. If you found me, then I'm assuming you found the others too. Every person buried here in the sand is a Project Eve test subject. Eve was led by Dr. Henry Jenkins. I'm not trying to shift the blame onto him. I bear my share of responsibility in this matter. While our intentions were noble, at least in the beginning, I now see that we went too far, and I am ready and willing to face whatever punishment awaits me in the next world. You found this document, but perhaps the contents of my lab coat pocket remain undiscovered. Perhaps they could not crack the passcode necessary to open the floppy disk. Maybe they assumed the floppy disk contained only my research papers. Regardless, what truly matters now is you. You have the power to stop this. BioM Facility 22 East Border Street, Bedford, Nevada. Please do not be as cowardly as I was. Damn. Not the whole document. Okay. Share my story, maybe? I'm on the right track. I just don't know what thing. There we go.
Don't let it go to your operator head, but that was actually somewhat impressive, Tanner. The address you sent, it's not far from here. I'll check it out first thing in the morning. Tonight, I think I'll help the team exhume the rest of these bodies. Screw the suit. God help us, Tanner. God help every single one of us.
Power off. Okay. Damn. You completed your second day at the FDI. Another achievement, yes. Now I gotta walk around in blurriness again. One of these times it's not gonna be blurry. Something's gonna jump out at us or something.
Well, look, you need to do something about it. He's poking around, asking too many questions. He's going to expose us all if you don't rein him in. Yes, his shift is over. Yes. All right. Yeah, fine. We'll talk later. Bye.
Needs to rein me in, huh? I'm getting too much information. Looking into too many things that I ought not to, I guess, or something. Kitty needs her food. Or his food, whichever it is. Evan's apartment. 6 a.m. More pills. Starting to feel like we might have a serious problem. We have to keep popping pills. Could be prescription. Could also still be a problem even if it's prescription though too. 7:25 a.m. back at headquarters. Moon Microsystems. Moon Microsystems, huh? Okay.
Good morning, Evan. Look, about yesterday, this business with the coal files. Sorry if I came down on you a little hard, buddy. It's just that I know you have what it takes to rise in this place, Evan. Become a supervisor. Hell, maybe even replace me one day. But I can't protect you if you start poking around in the wrong places. Okay? Thanks. Guess the FDI has got me wound a little tight these days. Well, I'd better get back to it. You have a good one. All right? Again, I can't tell you how happy I am to have you here at the operator program, Evan. That way, I can keep a close eye on you, can't I? Let's grab a beer later this week, all right? Once everything calms down in the madhouse.
Here sounds good. Have a good one. And your wife this time.
Oh, right. Well, you know my wife, Evan. She's not exactly a social butterfly, is she? Bye, pal.
Operator Tanner, that you? Tanner, did you give that address out to anybody? Well, somebody beat me to the facility, Tanner. The BioM facility burned down last night, Tanner. Up in flames. And if you didn't give the address out, someone else did. Looks like we got ourselves a mole. Goddamn operator program. Well, an investigative team came before me and logged the remaining evidence back at the department. But I can't access it directly. I'll have to go through the operator program. Heaven on earth, Tanner. Heaven on earth. From what I can tell, there should be some security footage there that should shed some light on what happened here. Hopefully, it won't be too hard to prove this was arson.
Can I? Let me see if this saves. I don't. This is not the kind of thing. If I want to do it in one sig, it's not the kind of thing I should have started now. Let me see. Game saves only a specific checkpoint. This should ensure you'll feel, or you will have all the information you need to continue your playthrough way later. This has ensured you're wasting my time. That sucks. Refund time. Okay, anyway, people complain, but let me see. So, I mean, I think the operator check points. Let me see if there's anything saying where the checkpoints happen. It doesn't say. Not easily finding an answer. We'll just end it now, and next time we'll see how far back we go. I'm guessing the beginning of a new day probably is a checkpoint, at least unless we get to some kind of more tense situation later in the game. So I think we're probably okay to just quit for now. So let's go ahead and do that. And then next time we play, we'll just continue with wherever it is we left off. I'm sure it had to have done some checkpoint already at some point, right? We've done 2 full days worth of investigation and stuff, so I can't imagine it didn't do some saving. So, okay. We'll leave it there. Thanks for joining me, Faux Fox. And anybody else who watched the stream who did not ask me to fart really hard. Appreciate the support. As always, take care of yourself over the week, and I will see you next weekend. Like I was saying earlier, only just under 3 weeks till we do the Halloween stream, so I hope to see you there. I'll have a video up for that soon. Until next time. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy.
Oh, that's so sad.